Welcome back to Tang Time, where I teach you how to lower your score without having to work on your golf swing. On today's agenda, we're going to be talking about putting yips, what they are, why you got them, and how to get rid of them. So how do you get putting yips? You get the yips because you suck at putting. Wrong! Putting yips are essentially a mental block that happens over the course of many missed putts and a lot of putting trauma. You can't pull the trigger. You got cold feet. Failure to launch. You froze up. You couldn't pull the plug. You chickened out. All sayings that describe the putting yips. So you probably missed a 3-footer here and then a 4-footer there, and then you were really confident you're gonna make this putt and you made a weird stroke, you ended up missing it. And all those missed putts compound on each other. And then when you're standing over a 4-footer, you find yourself not able to take the putter back. And so becomes a case of the yips. The yips don't usually show their evil face on long putts or lag putts because it's a big distance. You're not super pressuring yourself to make that putt. But when you come down to a 3, 4, 5, 6-foot putt, you're expecting to make those. You want to make those. You've put that pressure on yourself. You've put that expectation of needing to make that putt. And that becomes a mental block that then does not allow you to physically take the putter back. Some people change up their putters or their putting grip. They go to the claw, or they go to left hand low, or they try a longer putter, or they try the arm lock. These are all little band-aids for trying to fix the yips. But I'm gonna give you a couple tips and tricks to eliminate those yips and get your favorite putter hot again. So let's get you good at golf. The more pressure you have on the putter, the heavier the putter head is gonna be on the ground. And there are times where the putter gets stuck in the grass. It'll be really difficult to physically take the putter back because of how much weight you've put. So a great drill to help with your putting yips is to float the putter. Lift the putter head into the air, and when you do that, it's going to release the tension in your hands and your shoulders. It's going to relax your posture, and then you're able to make a very free stroke. Like this video if you want to get rid of your putting yips. So I've got about a 5 to 6 foot putt here, and this is a putt that I want to make. I'm assuming that you've got a pretty good foundation in your putting, and if you haven't, check out my video on how to get the ball started online. If you've got the putting yips, I'm really going to recommend lining up the ball. That way, this is another backup for you to be confident that you're lined up to the hole and that you're gonna make the putts. So let's assume I've already read the green, I've already lined it up, I've done everything except for making the stroke. There are 2 things I want you to do to help you release your tension and be able to take a backswing. First of all, line your club head to the line on the ball. I want you to leave the grip open. I don't want you to grip the putter. We have the putter head set up to the line. I have the putter gently in my hands with open palms. I'm looking at the hole. I'm going to saccade my eyes down this imaginary line I've drawn in my mind's eye. And as soon as my eyes hit the ball, I'm going to grip the putter and take the stroke. Got my putter head set up, loose hands, looking at the hole, saccading my eyes. Eyes are coming back. They hit the ball, grip the putter, and make the stroke. Just like that. Second technique, this is not a long putt. I do not want you to lift your head and look at the hole before you're even finished hitting the ball. Because it's such a short distance, you can keep your head down and wait to hear the putt go into the hole. So I've already walked the green and read the putt. I'm lining the ball up. Check my line. Perfect. I make my putting stroke with the putter head in the air. This is going to allow a very free stroke. I can feel the weight of the club head moving. And now I'm going to set up. I'm going to keep the putter grip loose in my hands. I'm looking at the hole. I'm going to saccade my eyes back. Once they hit the ball, I'm going to grip the putter, make the stroke, and wait for the sound. And it's that easy to get rid of your putting yips. So the yips are happening because you are overthinking this. You need to clear your mind and have a little zen before you putt. And secondly, your lack of confidence comes from not doing it enough. So check out this video for a drill that'll help you with your short putts. Golf is a game of repetition, and if you're never practicing and you're coming out onto the golf course and you're expecting to make every 3-footer, it's not very realistic. The putting yips is totally mental, and it comes from a lack of confidence and self-doubt. The big question mark as to, am I good enough? Can I make this? What happens if I don't make this? I don't know what I'm doing. So we want to change that narrative by having a different mindset. If you can't zen your mind out and have no thoughts, at least have positive thoughts. I want you to think about the process and not the outcome. Think about the fact that you've made hundreds of these short putts in practice. And if you've done my putting drills, then you actually have. So let's turn your internal monologue into thoughts more like, I'm a great putter. I've made hundreds of these putts. I picked a great line and I'm gonna commit to it. I've lined the ball up on the line I picked. Trust that you're gonna make a good stroke. Tell yourself, you know your ball is starting on line. Putting is doing something perfect on an imperfect surface. There are so many variables we can't control. So if on a 3-footer you make a great stroke but hits a pitch mark and it bounces out of the hole, there's nothing you could have done about that. So I don't want you to focus on the outcome. Focus on the process. If you haven't started your journey into becoming a master putter, let's get you started. So please like, subscribe, and stay tuned for my next episode.